When you're making a recommendation, you're deciding for them. Your sales is a service, which means it's your responsibility, it's your moral responsibility to share about your product. I sell $100,000 product, $200,000 product, $5,000 product, $10,000 product. The principle is same. Today, I'm going to share a really powerful strategy that has been used by my companies and my clients' companies to help them grow their sales significantly. So by the end of this video, you're going to learn the top 1% sales strategy that has tremendously helped a lot of people to outbid their competition, as well as making so much more money and significantly increasing closing. So imagine you actually went to, there are 5 steps involved in here. So imagine you went to a toy store, and you went to a toy store, and all of a sudden, there's a really, really fancy, expensive toy. And you are with your kid, obviously. And fancy, really expensive toy. And there are other toys too. And then you look at the really expensive toy, and all of a sudden, the store clerk, the salesperson there, is telling you, sir, you don't need to get that. Yeah, based on what you're telling me, based on your requirement, this toy here, it will work. So the other toy was, let's say, $85. The second toy that he's recommending is only $40. So now look what he did. He basically recommended against him. So he could have made $85 for him. Okay. Probably got some commission too from that. So $85 for the company. And he ended up selling you something for $40. So when somebody does that, like you have seen this happening in stores when you try to go change tires, like you might have seen it multiple places. I know the company wants us to sell that thing, but reality, I just want to make sure that you are okay. I just want to make sure that you get the best deal. So essentially, they recommended against their own product. They're saying, you don't buy this product. Instead, buy the other product. This is what I call as recommended against. So when was the last time somebody recommended against their product? So basically what he did is he recommended against his own product. So he didn't care about his self-interest. He cared for your self-interest. And because he did care for your self-interest, 2 things are going to happen. One is that the next product that he's going to share, you obviously buy because you saved money instantly. That's not it. The next product he's going to sell, you're going to buy too. I'm going to explain that in a second. In addition to that, you'll become a repeat customer, especially if this person is doing this with authenticity. So which means this is one of the most powerful way to create repeat customers. So if you want repeat customers in your business, what do you do? This is very strange, right? What you do is you recommend against your ultra premium products. They're like, why would I lose money like that? The idea is to be authentic. And if you genuinely feel that that product is what they need and that's what they require, of course, sell them the premium. But if you feel that the premium product is not what they are needing, then recommend against it. And that will dramatically increase your probability of earning your prospects' trust. So recommending against. So if you look at Silicon Valley companies, obviously Netflixes and Amazon Primes and Microsoft and different companies in Silicon Valley, they have this built into their system. And you might not even see this until I share this with you, right? So, and typically what they do is they will have a 3-price column. There is another concept called 3-pricing strategy, but I'm going to focus more on this recommendation idea here. And they will have price 1, which will be the premium. They wouldn't say it, but it's premium. Let's say it's $25 an hour, $25 an hour. And then we have price 2, which they will write down. What do they write down? Recommended. Okay, they write down recommended. And that will be like $15. Okay. And then we have price 3, and they will call it like something like basic or something. Why do they call it basic? They call it basic so that people who are like have high ego, high significance, they wouldn't be like, I don't want the basic. I just want the other one. So I'll talk about that in a second. But $15 and the basic one is $10. So if you're in a really broke situation and you really need the software, then you will get it for $10. It's like, I just need the basic. I'm good with that. I'm cheap, And if you have any option to buy, you would buy the recommended. You would buy the recommended. And if you're like, you know what, I don't care about money. I just want the precious deal. I'm like special. And if you're part of that 10% of people, in the context of the software, you will buy the price one anyway. So do you see what happened? They recommended against the highest product. That's what they did, right? So they followed exactly what I'm sharing with you here. So they recommended against the product. And because they recommended this product, if you don't have money, your probability of you buying the thing for $10 will significantly increase as well. So this is the power of recommending against. Now, here is one example that I want to share with you. In one of the South American countries, I think it was in Brazil, and you can check the fact about it. People were not signing up for organ donation. So you know what organ donation is? Basically, your beautiful eyes. When you're dead, are you going to donate your eyes to people? I know it is so beautiful now, and with beautiful hair and everything. Okay, and those beautiful eyes, will you donate to people? Right. So in the application form, like in driver's license and other things, they ask like, click below, check below if you're willing to donate your eyes. You donate your body parts. So it's called organ donation. So if you're willing to donate, please check this button. Significant number of people did not check. They didn't do nothing. So obviously there is not enough donors. What do? We need to have donors, like to save a lot of people lives, sometimes heart, sometimes lungs, sometimes kidneys, sometimes other organs like eyes and like so many other organs. So what do? So what they figured out was it's so silly, so simple. This is a life important decision. After we are dead, do we care about organ anyway? But I still see people, I don't want to donate my organ. That's so precious for me. I want to use it in my second life. But the point is, what they changed it to was, if you don't want to donate your organ, check the box below. If you don't want to donate, your organ, check the box below. And then they gave a box. Nobody checked that either. So automatically they are willing to do it. What does this mean? It means that when you're recommending something, most humans, they don't want to decide nothing. They just want to be decided for. Right? Their parents decide, their family decides, other people decide. So what is happening collectively in the world is that when you're making a recommendation, you're deciding for them. It's like, you know what? If you don't want to donate your organ, please check the box below. I don't want to not donate. I don't want to donate either. Do you see that? It's indecision. So which means when you're recommending, what is happening behind the scene is you're actually deciding for them. This is the concept of recommend against. Let's go to the next concept. So then we go to recommend 4. So recommend 4 is when you said something, the toy store guy said, hey, don't get the $85 thing. Get the $40 thing. That should be enough. That's so valuable. And, I know, kids are going to enjoy more, and it has more durability too. Go get it. And the other one looks fancy and everything, but you know what? It might not be a long-term thing. And isn't that against the store policy? It might be against the store policy. So you have to do it intelligently. I'm talking as a business owner. You could teach them how to recommend against. Listen to this first, okay? So if you think that $85 product is the most valuable thing for the child, for sure, do that. But I'm sharing with you that we could structure this into our sales conversation. I'll show you that in a second. So whatever you recommend after you recommend against. So you recommend against something. And whatever you recommend after you recommend against is a sure short sale. So there are two situations. Your customer is buying zero from you. Two is the customer is buying $40 worth of thing from you. Which one is better? It's always better to have $40, right? So you get a guaranteed sale because you recommended against. And some people use it as a manipulation tool. This is not a manipulation tool. This is a tool that will help you to serve people. So I wanted to make sure that I'm very clear about this. I want to share my belief about sales. So about sales, one other thing that I believe about sales is a service. Sales is a service when you are giving more value than you receive. So when you're giving more value than you receive, sales is a service. What does that mean? Imagine you go to, let's say, I live in the US, so there is a bank called Bank of America. And you go to Bank of America, and Bank of America has a special offer for you. Bank of America is saying, for every $100 that you give us, we'll give you $1,000. So you just bring your $100, we'll give you $1,000 back. One, would you want to go get it? And you can bring as many $100 bills as you want, and we'll give you $1,000. It's a weird one, yeah? Will you do it? Will you go get it from Bank of America? And assuming you have a visa to come to US, if you're from a different country, yes, you will, right? Will you tell your friends about it? At least the ones that you love. Will you tell your family about it? Okay. Will you tell the other people that you care, like other people that you care? Will you tell strangers like that you like, oh my gosh, I got all the $100 that I had, it's finished now. Now I only have $1,000 bills, so I cannot do this anymore. Okay, but why? You became an advocate of this value proposition, because right now it is 10x value. It is providing 10x value. It's impossible in a money-to-money basis. Okay, but it is possible in business. In business, you could actually provide value to people, and you could tilt the value equation, the value balance towards their direction, right? So imagine this is your value balance, right? And you could actually tilt it towards them by giving excessive value to them. In business, for every $100, you could actually give $1,000 of value. And that value, that there is like so much to talk about value, which is my favorite word. But like imagine, like, for example, somebody's buying $3 sugar from you. They're buying $3 sugar from you, okay? And you are giving $3 worth of sugar, right? So which means the value is matched, right? Right now in the market, 1 pound or 400 grams, 420 grams of sugar is $3. And then that, if you provided 420 grams of sugar, then what happened? You match the value. After you match the value, then if you do it with a smile, if you smiled when you gave that sugar, it creates more value. If you gave the sugar on time, actually it creates even more value. Makes sense? And if you went ahead, if you're supposed to deliver this sugar to somebody's home, and if you delivered ahead of time than you promised, that is additional value too. If your packaging is very convenient, that's additional value too. If you put a like spoon to take that sugar without losing money, then that is additional value too. Do you see how value could be stacked in their direction? So from this value thing that we have, so our thing is here, in the balance, and their thing is here. They got so much more value, right? They got so much more value from working with you. They just asked for $3 sugar. You smiled. You gave convenient packaging. You had a spoon in it. You delivered on time. You delivered ahead of time. So it's worth $10 of value, because that sugar was needed for this person, because that person probably was like losing blood sugar, and all of a sudden he needed to eat some sugar in order for him to balance his sugar. All of a sudden, because you went ahead and delivered that ahead of time, what happened was the other person is so happy, your customer is so happy. So for them, it could be life-saving, it could be infinite value because you saved that person's life because the person was trying to balance his sugar. So now what happened is, if you are doing this, when I say this, you don't need to provide $30 value for $3. But if you're providing more than $3 value, even if it is $3.01 value, then your sales is a service, which means it's your responsibility, it's your moral responsibility to share about your product. So you could structure your business in a way that you optimize and increase your sales by using the structure. Why? Because you are providing a valuable service. So I just wanted to frame it before I continue. So you are recommending for a valuable product, the most valuable product for them. At that point, they are going to buy it. Why? Because they trust you. They are nothing against you. They trust you. So you're recommending for the $40 in the toy example, you're recommending for the $40 product. They'll be like, yeah, for sure, I'll get it. So when you recommend this $40 product, what you do is you will use something called implied obviousness tonality. So for example, when you are actually sharing something valuable for somebody, you could say it with so much passion. You would be like, oh, use this one. This is the best thing ever. This is really amazing. Oh, this product is amazing. You should definitely use that. Immediately they'll get scared. They're like, oh my gosh, they're trying to get rid of something bad, huh? Oh my gosh, I don't trust this guy anyway. That is a problem. So to avoid that, I mean, of course, you have to be, like I said, you have to be sincerely adding value to people. So what you do is you use implied obviousness. What is implied obviousness? You could share like this, your child, actually, he doesn't even need $85 thing. You could get this done for $40. You save $45, and it's going to last longer too, anyway. So what do you want to do? Do you see that? This is implied obviousness. Implied obviousness is like implied. Yeah. Okay. This is what you get. Get this one. Yeah, that's it. Do you see that? Not like, oh, get this one. You don't need the $85 one. You can get the $45 one. Yeah, that's enough. That's really good. And all of a sudden, the person is scared. Versus, let's get this one. This is enough. This will be more than enough for you. That's implied obviousness. Okay. So now, once you start implied obviousness, then you built a lot of trust and they're deciding to buy this. All of a sudden, what did you do? You saved that person how many dollars? $45, right? So you saved that person $45 because that person was going to go for $85 product. You sold a $40 product, right? And you guaranteed a sale, and now you have a sale. Now you build a relationship. What happened? This person could become a repeat customer too. That is in the long term. But right now itself, there is something else that you could do. Something else that you could do. Upsell the saving. What is upsell the saving? Upsell the saving basically means that you could, the $45 saving, you could tell him like, hey, there is this fancy toy that I think your son is going to really love. It's only $25, and let me bring it to you, and I'll show it to you. If you want, you can get it. Like, and you say that with implied obviousness too. Like, I'll bring the toy. I mean, if you want, I could go and bring it and show it to you. If you like it, you could just get it. Like, do you see implied obviousness? Yeah. So all of a sudden, the person who bought the $40, they already trusted you and bought the $40. They'll buy you the next $25 from you too. So now it's $65. Right. So now you're in a really good position. Of course, it is less money than you actually would have made, but you still made $65 in revenue, right? And if you're like, I sell $100,000 product, $200,000 product, $5,000 product, $10,000 product, the principle is same, right? I just want to demonstrate with easiness. And when you say that, when you upsell the product, say it with implied obviousness. Yeah, if you want to get that is a interesting product. And sincerely, you have to do it like with absolute sincerity. You can get this thing if you want. It's only $25 since, you could use that saving to get that. Completely up to you. Let me know. What do you want to do? So that is how you upsell the saving. Once you upsell the saving, then the important thing is be authentic. Like in every sale, generally, if you have seen the movie Glenn Beck, if you haven't, they always talk about always be closing. This is awesome. You could always be closing, or you could always be caring. Being authentic is the best sales tool. The people who sell premium, ultra premium products, they're not pushy people. They're not pushing people to buy stuff just right now and pushing them to do it right away and then using all pressure tactics. They have systems to sell, but they are the most amazing people who sell like $500,000, who make $500,000, $1 million or more in income from sales that I have interacted with. They all are like really amazing people. They're just really authentically recommending them the right things. Human species, we evolved in 4.2 million years. So because we evolved in 4.2 million years, we have gone through this conversation so many times. Our grandparents have gone through this enough for us to know that I don't trust this guy. I don't trust that guy. Like you see the difference when you go to Toyota or like a cheap, car company and their sales versus their own Lexus. Sale is different. And you go to Mercedes, if you go to BMW, if you go to Rolls-Royce, if you go to like advanced, like more luxury cars, Land Rover, the sale is different. The sale is different in the level of the cars. Why? Because it's not about pushiness. It's about authenticity. So what the fundamental principle that I'm going to say is top 1% salespeople, they always are authentic. And so in my experience of working with so many people over the years, from 25 different countries, working with them on multi-million-dollar deals, what I understood is this is what the top performers do. So I would encourage you to do that. And if you want a business and if you want to take it to the next level, follow me and I'll look forward to seeing you next time. Okay, talk to you next time.